Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Bert Lepore. He's Samuel Montecarlo. We're hanging here with Angry Mike D, and we talk about music, movies, and so much more.
Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Angry Mike. Hold on, you got it.
Oh, TikTok! I can't wait to post you.
Okay, ready?
Sure.
Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Angry Mike D, and today we're going to introduce you to Montecarlo The Band. You might notice.
No, Mike.
No, what?
Don't look like you're reading. You know what I mean? We can't let the questions in. Just do. Hey, this is Mike. This is Angry Mike D from whatever the fuck.
But he sounds so happy when he says this is Angry Mike D.
This is Angry Mike D. You should do it like that. This is.
You just want me to do it like that? All right.
No, just do it off the cuff like you're talking to us.
Hey guys, this is Angry Mike.
It's gone.
Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Angry Mike D, and we're going to introduce you to Montecarlo The Band. You might notice my other two cohorts sitting here, but today they're going to take the backstage and we're going to talk about their rock and roll party. I'm going
to rewind this part so much. I can't wait. I love
it. Okay, now this is in front of me now. Here we go. Does it look like I'm reading from this angle now?
Yeah, I didn't know I was a cohort, but okay.
Cohort, co-host. What? I changed it up a little bit. All right. He's got the laughs out. I didn't. All right.
It's worse. I can't stop. It's crazy. All right, chill. Okay.
This is serious.
All right, welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes podcast. I'm Angry Mike D, and today we're going to introduce you to Montecarlo The Band. You might notice my other two co-hosts sitting here.
I'm standing.
Because it just gets to this the pocket. Our members of this rock and roll party of five.
Who wrote that?
I did, of course.
So to set up the story, the band Montecarlo started out as a pandemic project, but it caught enough buzz to turn into a full-time band. All right, Damien, let's start with you.
Yeah.
What were your plans going into starting all this? You know, the writing, the recording process, and how'd you get Bert to go along with you?
Actually, I was thinking about this today. As a matter of fact, Ann was actually.
Is this like you're thinking like, did you do the right thing or wrong thing?
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was just like a little frustrated with not doing anything musically, and I remember Dan actually hit me up and asked if I still had this recording stuff, and I said I did, but I haven't really used it in a while. And he told me, that it's that it's free now, and there's a new update, a new version. I said, oh, okay. So that kind of like, light bulb came up on top of my head. I was like, maybe that's like a sign for me to kind of like, reinstall this into my computer, get this new version, this new DAW recording software, which is basically, it's the same thing that I was using years ago, but just an updated one. So I did that. And then the first song was a song that me and Bert did years ago, but it was just basically just like a real rough demo, which was Paradise Lost. And we never.
So you guys worked together before?
Yeah, this was like
we wrote together.
This is like 2010, maybe that song was written, and when we recorded it, and it was basically just like a demo, but we never did anything with it. So that was like the first thing, because I always wanted to kind of redo it and just do it properly, make it sound good, something that we could be proud of. So basically just me and him did it. I recorded all the music, and I asked him if he wanted to take a stab at doing this, redoing the song like an updated version. He was like, yeah, And actually, my plan was just to record with a bunch of different people, and use my name because it was my idea. I didn't really. What am I going to call the band? Like friggin', Gunfire or Steel Justice or something. So I for years I've had people ask me if my last name was fake, like if I made it up or something. And most people who don't even know who I am are going to see the band name and think, oh, okay, well it's the car, it's the hot rod, or it could be like some casino reference or something. So I always kind of like that, like multiple.
I think it sounds like some like a vampire kind of like.
It could, well, it could, a bunch of different things,
like the Count of Monte Carlo or something.
So that was the idea, really, is just to get, I had a song that I was thinking about maybe singing on, and maybe getting, there was like this ballad I was thinking of turning into like some sort of like country-ish song, and I was going to have this other guy sing on it, but the reception was so good for that one. Like people were like, I was actually like really blown away. We did a second one, and then just kind of, steamrolled it,
Bert, so what was the process of writing the songs with Damien? And is Damien someone you actually expected to work with, sooner or later again?
Did I expect to work with Damo? Yeah, we talked about it 1,000 times. Maybe not. We never talked about it as far as the band goes, because the band he was previously in was doing pretty well. And I was in another band at the time. And I remember we wrote Paradise Lost, and it was just because we wanted to write something together. So we just wrote that. We kind of threw it out there loosely as a demo. And then he had another song that he gave me. I remember I was at Club Risque, and he was with me, and we were bullshitting around. He's like, I got this kind of poppy punky song I'm going to send you. And he sent it to me that day. That night, I had Scream Bloody Murder finished. And yeah, it was like
this was like over 10 years ago.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That song's been around for a while. So, and I was actually going to use it. I was going to use them two songs originally for my solo thing, and that was Dane was kind of writing me for that, and I was going to put that out. But every time I tried to do a solo thing, I wound up joining a band. Yeah. So them two songs were out there. Some people heard them before, but they were like, they weren't totally redone or finished. Or, my buddy Don helped out on that song also, and yeah. So yeah, I knew I was going to work with Dame eventually. I mean, yeah, I think it was going to stick. I did. I think once after the first two songs came out, I was like, what do we do, Dame? Do we just do whatever we do to have two solo things, or do we just stick with this? And, and we kept the name Monte Carlo because it sounds great. And, if you added in another name when it was just me and him, it just sounds, it's too, like Sammy Hagar, Neil Sean. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Too much wackiness. So he was like, do you care if we keep the name? I'm like, dude, sounds great. I don't care.
I mean, I do kind of feel a little weird because like in the back of my mind, I kind of feel like, oh, what is this? Some fucking egomaniac project, but it's just, I mean, honestly, I think just like, it was getting so many, streams on Spotify, like the first 2 or 3 singles. It was like, it would have been kind of like dumb to change the name at that point,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see if really nobody, if it was like way under the radar, but it was actually did pretty well. So it's like, why,
it made no sense to change and confuse people. Well, that's why even with the podcast stuff, with the Dan Bird Entertainment and all that stuff, we do the podcast with Mike, we do the band with Joe, Ahmed, and Dan, and we're keeping everything under one umbrella so it's not confusing, because we all have been in 1,000 bands. Everybody on this screen right here has been in 1,000 bands, and it gets to the point where it gets kind of confusing. I got tired of getting confused. Like you send friend requests out and they're like, what band is this now? Like they don't even know. It's confusing. So that's why we're kind of trying to keep it under as much as under one umbrella as possible. So anything we do comes right in here. If we decide to do a movie, it's going to be under that umbrella.
So Ahmed, you have been a well-known traveling musician. and at one time was signed to Metal Blade Records with your former band Phoenix Morning, and also recently played with Damien and his former band Mach 22. Although you played bass at first, then you transitioned into playing guitar. Were you excited to pick up the guitar again, or a little nervous from not playing?
I was excited to play guitar again because I really haven't played guitar since the Moxie, which was the early incarnations of the Moxie anyway, which had been almost 15 years ago. So it's been a long time since I actually played guitar in a band. So I was excited to play guitar in a band again.
So is it like riding a bike, or?
Well, I've always played. I never put it down. I just put it down on stage. So yeah, I always played. I never stopped playing. So, but yeah, it's cool. I like it.
How many instruments do you even play?
3, just drums, bass, and guitar. I mean, I mess
Just
around.
just
because you can do everything yourself.
Well,
Can you sing?
and he could sing.
Nah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could do a little something, but I can't really whatever. But I mean, if
A one-man band.
Yeah.
well, everybody does that now. Everybody's home recording, and playing everything, and I wanna experiment more with keys, with like synth and stuff like that. Other than that, there aren't really too many other instruments that I really want to play. Like, keyboards and synth is the extent of it, aside from drums, bass, and guitar.
So Dan, you're another veteran of the tri-state area music scene, and have also released a few singles as a solo artist. So you were approached by who to join
guys?
up with Montecarlo, right?
Well, I had Damien playing drums on my singles, so we've always kind of kept in touch, and so I was asking him, can you do the drums for me? And then he wound up asking me to be in the video, the Animal video, for like another guitar player, because the song has 2 guitars in it. So I was like, sure, I'll make my acting debut and show up and rock out,
Did a fine job, Dan. Did a fine job.
So
Yeah.
So you never did a video before this?
Yeah, I have with
okay.
one other one. Maybe more.
Juliet's Vice video we did.
Yeah, you did that Juliet's Vice video,
Then that was cool and that was fun. And the music videos they come out really well, I think.
They were great, both of them.
Thanks. Yeah. It's really a visual and the music coming together, and not just one night at a live concert. It's really captures, I thought both videos captured what I'm really all about,
So Joe Mal, so you're originally from Philly, you moved to Texas, and now you moved back from Texas to Jersey. So did you know when coming back from Texas that you were going to once again work with Bert and Damien?
Well, when I came back, I knew I was definitely going to end up getting hooked up with these guys again somehow. I mean, it's like family. We've been doing this together for so long. It was just no shadow of a doubt, to be honest.
So you knew the whole time that Bert was going to bring you in to be his bottom end enforcer, right?
I figured one day we're going to get something. I didn't think it was going to be that quick, though.
Yeah, I think it's great because I remember when we were trying to put the band together and we were figuring out what we're going to do. We already had Rick. I wanted to bring in Joe Mal, but I didn't want to lose Ahmed. So I was like, hey, does Ahmed play any other instrument? He's like, oh, he plays guitar. I'm like, how good is he? He's like, oh, he's good. I'm like, ask him if he would mind playing guitar. This way we can have Joe and Ahmed. that was my move. And it worked out. I was happy because I met Ahmed maybe once or twice, when they were playing out before, but I got a chance to really know him. And from being on the show, especially, and I love him. I got a kick out of him. So I'm like, dude, we got to keep Ahmed. We can't, we got to keep Joe and Ahmed if we could. So it wound up being perfect on my end. I was being greedy and it worked out. And same thing when, Rick Haas, who played on a lot of the Montecarlo stuff, and initially was going to be a member of the band, but Rick is moving to Nashville, and we had to replace Rick. And Ahmed's like, got to get Dan. I like working with Dan. And we're like, Dan's a perfect fit. We got to see if Dan wants to do it. We called Dan, and so far it's been great, man. So
Yeah,
I'm happy.
plus he has history in the video too. Yeah,
he's got, and he's got his. They know that face.
Yeah, and we all have history playing with each other. So many different ways. Right? I mean, you and Joe Mal played in a zillion bands.
Yeah.
Me and Dan played together. Me, Dan, and Joe Mal played together. Me and Ahmed played in a band. It was just
it all connects.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like a family. So
absolutely,
it all worked out perfect. And thank you, Ahmed, for switching the guitar.
Yeah.
No
Dude,
problem,
I was like, yes.
It's cool to have Joe Mal next to me rocking out. It's fun.
I had a blast last time, bro. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So, Damon, you guys had an EP out first called The Original Sin before officially turning Monte Carlo into a band. So, who were some of the other musicians you had on that album?
Jaron played bass on a song. Cooper Boyd played solo on a song, and then it was me and Bert and Rick. So so that was it. It was pretty much like it was just kind of like, we didn't really know what the hell we were doing at the time. So we had the 6 songs. We were putting out a song a month, and then after the 5th one, it was like, you know what, let's just button this up. We'll release the 6th song. It'll seal up the EP, and then we'll start working on other songs. And then that was going to be an EP, but we just decided to do a full album. So the EP is pretty much like 6 songs that really, they don't really, personally, I don't really think it's like a collection of songs. I don't really see it as like a cohesive unit personally. I think everything sounds different, but I think this stuff now, these 9 songs are like more like a unit. But again, it's really not a full band, because it didn't really become a full band until everything was done. So I'm really looking forward to the next thing, which hopefully we come up with, maybe like 5 songs or something, record them in the summertime, and then put it out the end of the year. And that will be, that would be cool. It'd be like like a real band, thing,
Yeah. Everybody could put, their own stamp and their own effort. And most of these guys here all played on a track here and there, or did something on the stuff that's coming out. But it was scattered, because me and Damon were getting our stuff together. We didn't know it was going to be a full band. We didn't know we were going to play out. That wasn't the initial plan.
Yeah, we didn't think. Yeah, we didn't think we were going to play at all. Really, it was just basically let's put out music and see what happens. And then towards the end, we just kind of decided, let's do this video. We didn't really have a band, so it was like, all right, let's get whoever played on the song in the video. We needed another guitar player because there's other guitar stuff. We asked Dan, for that, and then just kind of started thinking about the future, doing more shows and stuff. And that's pretty much where we're at now, I think,
Verdi keeps pulling you back in.
Yeah.
Well, every time he's like, I'm never doing the stage again, never going back to clubs. I'm just doing my basement, and that's it. And right after
we kind of had a plan. The whole pandemic shutdown thing was actually like a blessing in disguise, personally, because it gave us time to kind of like lay a foundation and almost like establish the band, so now when we come out, like now that we're going to be starting playing more shows, we have like a history and stuff. We have a video, we have another video coming out. We have, I feel like we're doing, everything correct, everything right, we kind of learn mistakes from the past, just like putting shit out and then building it up. I feel like this whole lockdown kind of made us, progress a little bit.
Just imagine if there was no internet.
They would be driving over here every night.
Totally different.
Well,
I'm saying, like, in the whole pandemic thing, like if there was no internet, like everything would be changed. Like it would probably be even a hell of a lot worse.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, nothing would stay together. The last project I was doing didn't stay together because it started out because of the pandemic thing. And once we started doing this, I knew this was going to be what I was going to be doing. As long as Dame wanted to do it, I was in. And then when it got serious, we started feeling out the members and who we wanted to kind of be in it. And, I'm really happy with the guys we have in the band. All great players, all good songwriters. Every guy here writes. Every guy writes stuff. So I'm looking forward to mixing my ideas with theirs, their ideas with mine, and Dame's and Joe's and Ahmed's and Dan's, and everybody writes, which is great, man. It takes pressure off, of course, So a lot of different ideas, and we're not going to sound like one thing. We're going to be all over the place, and we're going to be cool with that,
In the past, like I've always been in bands where there's always like people that you have to motivate. And man, I'm tired of being like trying to act like a football coach or something, or some motivational speaker or something like. If we're when me and Bert were talking about actually making it a band, I was like, let's get people that that we could depend on, people that we like, people that are gonna we're gonna have each other's back. We don't have to ask them, beg them to if they could come up with something or whatever, or it's just easy, just dealing with everybody is painless. It should be that way,
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it for years, so at this point you should get to the you shouldn't have those problems anymore.
But it's there. A lot of people flake. It's there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And the one
people
good
are
thing,
difficult no matter what age.
Oh, it is. And then even something like today, we were texting about what our plan was to do, whatever. And it wasn't usually in most bands or bands that I've been in, it was one or two guys would kind of do a lot of the stuff. And then, you would have to pull teeth to get the third guy to answer a question, like saying, oh, what time was rehearsal? And then who wouldn't know, who remembered, who didn't know. Now it's like, oh, I got an idea for this video thing. And there's all five of us interacting with each other all day. And it's like, I'm not saying it's got to be like that all the time, but that's nice that, hey, everybody is into it enough where they're not like, oh, fuck, So everybody wants to do it. That's liking people that you're with and having drive. You have both of that mixed with decent songs and a decent stage show. I can't ask for more. I'm happy. I'm real happy.
And the talent in his band is just crazy. It's freaking crazy amazing. Every one of you guys are just killer.
Well, thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Likewise, Joe.
To move on to Ahmed. So, dude, you have another band you're in, a cover band I hear, Electric Church. How the hell you have time to even fit all this in, man?
Mm-hmm. Well, the funny thing is now it's all starting to come together at the same time. Usually it's piece by piece, but now things are starting to all line up at the same time. Pandemic hit and everything was weird. Electric Church didn't really start doing stuff until August of last year. We started playing a couple shows. And it's just covers, we try to do the covers, we try to be the anti top 40 cover band, because I have this love-hate relationship with cover bands. It's just like anytime I would go out and there's a cover band playing, they're playing the same shit that I'm trying to get away from that's on the radio.
So what are some of the songs you do?
Just classic 80s and 70s metal type stuff. Lizzie Borden, Me Against the World.
Okay.
Dokken, It's Not Love, and the obscure Motley Crue stuff like Louder Than Hell from Theater of Pain.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody goes out there and does Shout at the Devil and all that shit. Who wants to hear that?
Yeah. Try to stay away from all the typical shit that everybody's gonna play. Because I mean, if I walk into another bar and hear Blister in the Sun by somebody, I'm gonna lose my shit, man.
Like, do they you ever get like a strange request to play a song?
No, we don't take requests from the stage.
That's
but
right.
But if somebody wanted to, if they dropped it on the Instagram or the Facebook or whatever, we consider it, because usually when I pick my covers for the band, I try to pick covers that I feel like we could pull off. I'm not gonna, because people are really picky with like Ozzy songs. If you're gonna do like a Black Sabbath song, or you singer better be able to cover it, or people are gonna have some smart shit to say. So I try to be mindful of that, So yeah.
Cool. So Dan, what was the last guitar you bought?
I just got after my kidney transplant, I decided to treat myself with a LTD PS. No, it's not Paul Stanley, believe it or not. PS 1000. It's a semi hollow body. Purple glitter. I always wanted a glitter guitar.
Purple glitter.
Yeah. But I thought it would be like bam, but apparently it's only when the light hits it.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
We're going to see how it looks on stage.
Got to get some lights on it, guys.
Guitar.
Yeah, March 11th.
That's right. In Delaware, bar 13. That sounds like Steve.
Bar 13. Yeah.
And
where you can pick up your Montecarlo shirts and the EP.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to push this like Steve, Bert.
I know. He's the best. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best. They're playing the day after us. Yep.
Actually, I did buy another guitar after that. I bought one of these Kramer Berettas, these remakes from the 80s. They were real popular, but now I got one. It's a blue one, and you got to soup it up though. You got to put a fluid rose in it, a new bridge, and maybe pickup. And,
hot rodded up.
Yeah, hot rodded up, make it sound
nice. Is this like standard, like with all them, or is that like you
just
picked up like an old?
It comes like sort of like a simple, cheap kind of guitar, but
so it's like a build your own kind of kit.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So as soon as I get a few more bucks, I'm gonna set that all up because a lot of times I haven't really been using like a tremolo. I kind of keep it simple, but I have had it in the past and I started to get good at it, and then I sold that guitar, but now this will give me another chance to mess around with that.
Awesome.
Improve my skills.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have that.
Joe, we all know that you're a bass fanatic. What basses will you be using this time out?
Probably the Sterlings, the Specters, the Riches, probably the Kramers. All depends how I feel that day.
Cool. How many usually bring with you?
Right now as we speak, so.
Sounds like you're bringing a family with you.
He brings whatever can fit in the car at the present time.
Exactly.
The Spectre family, the Riches.
So if Bert goes with you, that's definitely a couple less.
Yeah, I get cursed out. I'm at least the size of two bases, at least, so two of them got to go.
You got to strap him to the roof.
Yeah.
But I'd most likely be playing the Sterlings. They're pretty killer. I love those things. Sound killer. So most likely Sterlings would be at most of the shows.
Damien, what can we actually expect from Montecarlo in 2022?
We'll get a video coming out maybe probably like the end of March, maybe, or early April, and then the album, I guess, hopefully the end of April.
Oh, nice.
And getting some shows going. We have something in June that they didn't announce yet, and working on some other things, and in the meantime maybe work on some new songs, and hopefully record them with everybody this summer.
How many songs you got ready for this album?
Nine.
Well, one's it's going to be 10 tracks, but one's like an instrumental. It's like like instrumental intro. That's like a minute long,
and one's a cover.
So, yeah.
What he's doing? What cover?
Duran song. Oh Christ!
All she wants.
Yeah.
Which Joe Mouse sounds pretty damn good on that, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very good on
All
that.
She Wants Is, which it kind of sounds almost like reminds me of like one of those like late night, like a version like maybe like that Orgy would do or something, like one of those late 90s, early 2000s bands. They use like a lot of keyboards on, like a lot of like cool like synth wave type synth keyboards, but like real
Who's playing the
funky
synths?
guitars. I did it.
Oh,
I played
nice.
it all. I'm a shitty keyboard player, but
Mhm.
I could punch stuff in and make myself sound like Liberace.
Well, wait till we get Ahmed. When Ahmed perfects the keyboards down, he's gonna have the bass on the key. He's gonna be playing the fucking key stuff. I can't wait.
That would be awesome. I would love to get that stuff in.
Ahmed's gonna be rocking it. I can't wait.
You know what?
I'm definitely gonna expect it. Definitely.
Mhm.
I want to hear like some final countdown shit.
Nah.
Got you.
You're gonna be hearing like some typo negative shit. That's what you might be hearing. But and we're also
Come on, though. That's a great intro, man.
It is. It's one of the best
Oh, yeah.
intros. It
Classic.
is one of the best intros. It is. They use it for everything. We're also, like I said, we're gonna go in after the album's released. We're gonna, we're never gonna stop writing. We write constantly. We have stuff now that we're holding ourselves back on. And we're gonna get a chance to write with everybody now, which is great. And we're trying to maybe August, maybe depending, August, September, maybe we'll go in. We're gonna record in the studio this time, not at home. We're actually gonna go and record with David Pyron from Wombat Studio. You can find a Wombat Studio.
Let me ask you something. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he also engineered he mixed the record pretty much. And he's been waiting for us to come in just with all the pandemic stuff. And now that a lot of stuff's getting lifted, we're going to go in there the summertime and, record 4 or 5 songs. And that'll be the next thing we put out. And then we're going to, see what happens from there.
Yeah, he's done an amazing job, like
Mhm.
mixing the master and everything, like incredible job. Like, I've been recording all the drums on electronic drum kit here, and honestly, but I use like sampled, real drum kit sounds, and I think that they're out of all the recording stuff I've done in my life, I'm most happy with the drum sound that we're doing now with this stuff. But Dave will have like a real drum kit, and I'm confident it'll sound even better. I mean, the stuff he mixes just like, usually it's like you got to go back and forth and everything, but with him it's like 1, 2, maybe 3 times around he gets it right. It's painless.
Super easy to work with too.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Like the writing process, like how does he even go about that? Because these are probably barely in the same room together for too long of a period of time.
I just put something together real quick. I sent an email to Bert, and then she's pretty freaking quick, man. Usually the next day he's got like a pretty good idea. It doesn't always stick. Sometimes it changes.
Look, I knew him forever. I knew Bert forever. And I've seen him stop in the middle of like a room full of people, run downstairs and record a part that was in his brain. 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, a half hour, who knows? He'll come back up and that's it. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to recording all with these guys and writing with these guys, man. I'm sure.
And we all got and everybody's got recording shit at home.
Yeah. Yep.
Bobby Brady. Joe's got the Bobby Brady.
Yeah.
I still got that
tape deck.
The Bobby Brady tape deck. Yeah.
Still works.
Yeah.
What's the Bobby Brady tape deck? Explain.
The old school tape deck.
The Radio
Old
Shack.
school.
The Radio Shack playing.
Oh, wow.
1920s tape deck.
Yeah.
Like in the old cop movies, detective movies, like when
I mean, like that little like reel to reel.
No,
not that. You put your 2 fingers and you hit record. The big record button. You hit it like that.
Okay.
Like Rerun had at the Doobie Brothers concert.
Love that episode.
It's got the orange button where the record is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to mess around with those things when I was a kid.
They were
doing all kinds of shit.
They were the best.
Yeah, I had one of them.
I'll tell you a funny one, man. Like I was probably like 6 years old, and we had one like that. And me and my buddy, we would just say I think we might even been younger than 6, like maybe 4 or 5 years old. And we did this like weird recording. You remember like na 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 na, a chant like that?
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing that the whole time, and we were kind of like singing over the top of it, just like child shit.
Yeah.
And when we played this back, there was 2 points in this thing, man. And There was Satan. Man. He
There
appeared
you go.
Got it.
That
on this
thing.
recording.
Wow.
And I wish
Still got
I
it.
think I destroyed this tape at some point in my life. But this was like, it wasn't just like it was there, and neither of us made this sound, and it was we were listening to it back as like little kids shitting our pants over. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell was that? Like,
That's some Zach Baggins shit.
Yeah.
what? What's a Zach Baggins?
Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures, man.
I don't know if I heard of that.
You never saw
There
that
is
show?
Ghost Adventures?
No,
Ghost Adventures, ain't that his name? Zach Baggins, I think.
Yep.
He's
that's
like
a great
he's like-
name.
It's like him in this dude.
Like
you
I'm
gotta
thinking
see
like
this
some
show.
kind of weird hobbit or something.
No,
Like Bilbo Baggins, like cousin or something.
no, it's him. This dude Zach, and they're all dude. They're total like bros. Like, dude, did you hear that? Dude, something just touched me.
Oh, okay.
They have like
one of
these
those
tape
type.
recorders and like these EVP things, and they play it
Yeah.
back, and they hear shit. But
Yeah.
they're all like like jock bros, and
Jock
it's just dude, what like Affliction, and Ed Hardy stuff. It just it's so funny, dude. Did you hear that?
I'm gonna have to check this out. If it's that bad, it's got to be good.
It's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah,
Funny.
it's funny. Ghost Adventures.
Okay, so let's get to the fun stuff. The 10 questions. All right, Joe. Last movie you watched?
Ooh, probably Poltergeist.
Which one? The original?
First one.
Nice. That was always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Bert,
Yeah, I wrote the question. Caught me off guard.
what was the last
Um,
movie you wrote? This? Jesus.
Yeah, right. Probably Goodfellas. I think it was on TV the other day. Surprise.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It comes on. You always
On all the
just
time.
keep the channel on. Yeah.
Yep.
And damn, what was the last movie you watched?
It's called, I have it on right now, Sunset Cove. It's like a late 70s, early 80s sex comedy.
Nice.
That's the kind of shit I like. It's on Tubi. I like cheesy sex comedies.
I think the 70s and 80s
And
are
horror.
the best movies.
I'm sorry?
70s and 80s, best movies.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
All right. And then we're going to move on. Ahmed.
48 hours.
Nice.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great
That's
movie. Damo, last movie you watched?
I had to look this up. It was a horror movie on Shudder called Hellbender.
You love that Shudder,
Yeah.
don't you?
Love
I
it.
love Shudder, man. Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Last song you heard before this interview?
27.
Joe. What is it?
27.
27?
Yep.
By
Monte Carlo.
There you
oh,
go.
okay, nice. Albert?
For me, the last song I heard was Rock Believer from the new Scorpions, which is actually pretty damn good. I like
Oh,
the new
come on,
Scorpions.
man.
I like it.
Oh,
It's a good record. I've been listening to the last couple of days.
Scorpions. All right. Damn, what was the last song you heard?
Aside from the awful prescription drug songs that I hear every day that I just probably heard before coming on, I think it was 27 as well.
Hi. There you
Nice.
go.
We got some people studying over here then.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Ahmed.
Skeleton Kitties, the Leprechaun song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Is any of this on YouTube?
Not yet, but I'm sure it will be.
I'm going to have to check it out then. Damo, last song for you.
It's this morning that there's this band from Canada, this like younger thrash band called Skull Fist, and I listened to the new single. It was called "Long Live the Fist"
Nice.
All
by
right.
Skull Fist.
Nice.
Great name. Cool, man. Let's move on to the next one. So, Joe, what's been on your playlist this week? This is
Probably the Dead Daisies.
Dead Daisies.
A lot of them.
I don't know if I heard of that.
You know,
He used
John
to be
Corabi.
Corabi's old band.
Yeah.
They got Hughes singing.
Okay, I probably heard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Bert?
Amigo the Devil. That's the last record I listened to.
Dude, I love that record.
Great record.
Awesome record. Dan, you?
Does it have to be a song or can it be a podcast?
Whatever, right?
Aside from the greatest one, tapes and tasty cakes. Right? My second favorite podcast would be Shout It Out Loudcast. That's what I listened to.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
earlier.
one.
That's exactly what I was gonna. That's what I was listening to.
Oh,
There you go.
Which episode were you
Chewy.
listening to?
All right.
With the House Sparks,
I think
the
we're
House Sparks
twins.
version episode,
Yeah, I heard that the other day. Yeah.
and the Purple Rain one too.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't listen to that one yet, but I jump around.
Explain a little bit now. So what's this?
Shout It Out Loudcast is a Kiss podcast by two guys, Zeus and what's Tom and Zeus? Is that their name?
Yeah. They're
They
guys
you
from
ever,
Boston.
you ever heard of Three Sides of a Coin?
Yes. I listen every week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think I might have heard something.
It's kind of like that, but these guys go in deeper. As a matter of fact, like all the Kiss jokes and everything, you wouldn't even think these guys are fans.
Right.
It's all the smart shit that they say about each one of them, especially Paul. They really pick on Paul.
Yeah, a lot of ball busting, but they do really love the band. If
Yeah.
it was just all ball busting, I wouldn't listen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was all hating. I wouldn't
They
listen.
do
Yeah,
kind
I-
of like
And they're
I'll
funny
check
as
it out
shit,
a few
these guys, too.
yeah, kind of like the same stuff that we would do with the album ratings and stuff like that. Same
Yeah.
shit.
It's not like Three Sides where they're like all nice. These guys
Right.
are not nice.
Right.
It's funny.
right.
So Damien, what have you been listening to this week?
This band I discovered on the Monsters of Rock cruise. They're called Nestor. They're from England. They're like a retro 80s band. They're a newer band, and their record that came out in 2021. It's called Kids in a Ghost Town.
That name sounds familiar. I might have saw it on YouTube. Floating here
I mentioned them to you when I did the review a couple weeks ago.
I remember that, right?
Nestor.
But I
Yeah,
think
they did-
I don't know.
they
I
did
remember
this
that name
ballad.
before.
Yeah, they got some really good videos on YouTube. They have a song called "On the Run" 1989, and there's this the ballad I mentioned before. It's called "Tomorrow," and it's a duet with Samantha Fox. And I hate ballads, but the song is fucking
Now, is it
incredible.
the
Really,
Samantha
really
Fox
good.
we know? Samantha Fox, like Dirty Girls Want to Have Fun?
Yeah,
That girl? or
yeah. I
whatever?
mean, I mean, she's like 55 now, or
She's
something.
still probably
but-
hot. That
Dude,
poster was on my
I
wall.
never knew she was that good of a singer. I mean, she does a duet with this guy in this ballad, and you can see the video. It's on YouTube.
She
You can see,
dated Paul.
She's in it.
She
Yeah,
did
Oh, I
date
remember
Paul. She
those
did date Paul.
duets. I
Yeah.
definitely remember those duets.
It's it's
Yeah.
most of the stuff is total cheese, but I actually think it's a great song. I hate ballads. I always fast forward them, but this one I really like.
Yeah. Nobody's got time for sad, slow songs.
No.
Nah.
But then
I'm already
sad songs say so much. You know?
Yeah.
All right. So, Joe, pizza or taco? Choose
Pizza.
one of the two American favorites.
I was in Texas
American?
for 10 years. I'm going with pizza.
yeah.
Bird?
Pizza, definitely pizza.
Dan.
It's got to be pizza. Although I like to go out for Mexican more often than I do pizza these days.
Yeah, I think the
Pizza.
same here, too.
I have
But
to, yeah.
Ahmed?
Pepperoni pizza.
There you go.
Pizza.
This might be a sweep. I don't know. Damien might be the odd man out there. Let's see. Damien?
I went to my favorite Mexican restaurant today,
I knew
Ah.
which is Taco Bell, but I had
Had pizza?
I prefer pizza. And yes,
Okay.
Taco Bell is my favorite Mexican restaurant.
That's fine, man. I like Taco Bell. Not my
I love
favorite
fucking
one, but I
Taco
like
Bell.
Taco Bell. That's
I love it, man. I got the Taco Supreme Deluxe box or something today.
I'm easy. I just get the 10-pack, and I'm good.
I love it. But yeah, pizza, definitely.
Clean sweep. Look at that. All right. Joe, what was the biggest show you ever played?
Oh God, I don't know. It would be either the Birch doing all those playing with Quiet Riot, Warrant, or TLA when we were stopped at World, me and Bert. I mean, it's a toss up.
Bert?
Probably 2 of the TLA gigs. One would Stop the World, and then we did one opening up for Heaven's Edge and Brittany Fox, and that was really cool. That was probably the biggest show I played, or the most packed show I ever played.
Nice. Damn.
It would probably be either at the TLA or Trocadero, maybe Dingbats if it was real packed, but either TLA or the Troc. And I opened up for a few bands like Sebastian Bach, Orgy, Striper,
Nice,
Powerman 5000. So it'd be, I guess, those from what I can
Troc
remember.
used to be great. Is that still around?
Yeah.
no, it's closed.
No.
That's what I thought. Yeah, but I used to love the Troc.
Yeah,
Troc was cool.
Especially like in Philly, man. It's just so easy to get to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool. Ahmed, this is.
Are we talking attendance or with act?
I guess I would say, I don't know. Maybe I guess act maybe, or I don't know. I didn't write this shit.
If we're talking attendance, my band that Phoenix Morning turned into, Calm, we played at the House of Blues, and it was like 1,500 kids there.
Oh shit!
And
Nice.
and that was,
Oh man.
and that was pretty much like a local show. We didn't have any
wow
support or anything. So there was a lot of kids for that. A national act wise, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. I know I've played with some acts before, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Shit, you got 1,500 on your own. What are you worried about? You got no problem.
Okay. I would say okay. The New England Metal Fest when
you played there?
Yeah, we in 06 when we did our album release. Yeah, it was a 3-day.
I've been there
fest.
a couple times for work. That's
It was
cool.
a 3-day fest. A lot of big bands played that. So
The
yeah,
Worcester Palladium.
yeah, that place is cool.
Yeah, it is
Nice,
cool.
man.
It's funny. It's like we're learning more and more about Ahmed. He didn't tell us a lot of this stuff that we're hearing. He was very quiet about it.
You're uncovering all this shit.
This is great.
I've actually forgot about it, and you gotta ask because it's in the past.
Damo, what about you?
Probably open up for Bon Jovi. I think there was fortunately it was raining that day. It was like a thunderstorm, so there's nobody tailgating outside. It's at the Wells Fargo Center, and everybody was in the arena. It was probably like 3/4 full, and I was making it a point to like really soak it in. I was just like looking all over the place, just seeing how full it was. It was I would guess 12,000 people maybe.
Wow. Was you more nervous playing that or the Guns N' Roses stadium show?
The Guns N' Roses stadium show, I was literally dry heaving in my toilet that morning. So,
like all those stories about Axl getting to you and all that.
Well, yeah. So I don't know if it was my nerves or if it was the fact that the night before me and Mikey went out drinking, and I got really hungover, or that morning. So it might have been the booze. It was more like a pre-show celebratory hangout thing. Probably shouldn't have gone out or done it going out as late. But that morning it was like, from the drinking the night before and my anxiety, my nerves. And I usually don't get nervous, but man, I was like, I had my head in the toilet and nothing was coming out. It had to have been my nerves. But yeah, attendance wise, I mean, we went on. It was like the hottest day of the summer for that one, and it was right in the middle of July. At Lincoln Financial Field. We're on like 7:30. Everybody's outside. It's a beautiful day, but it's super hot. So there wasn't many people in the stadium at all. I mean, maybe a couple thousand, maybe.
Still
at a 50,000 seat stadium looks looks like ants scattered all over the place. You know, looks dead. You know.
Oh, that's just like you expecting that, or was it just like it just hit you in the face like for the first time? It's got to be kind of overwhelming.
I was actually expecting a hell of a lot more people, to be perfectly honest with you. But the whole experience was just great. You know, they treat you so well, and you know, I mean, nobody knows how many people that were there. I mean, actually, the first question they ask you is, "Did you meet them?" You know, of course not. They don't want to hang out with us. You know, they do their sound check and they go back to their hotel, or you know, and
they tell you stay off this part of the stage and you're fine.
Nah, man, they're actually really cool. Well, they're super nice. I mean, as far as like the crew, you know, the only thing they said is, you know, there was like ramps going behind the drums. They said, you guys don't go back there, but anywhere on the stage you could go to catwalk.
That's pretty cool.
We had, and you know, it's usually like, oh, you know, don't go off to the wings on the side of the stage. You can't use the catwalk. You can't go this way, you know. But they were like, man, you could go anywhere you want except the ramp.
Can't use Bon Jovi's harness that he uses to fly over the crowd.
Oh, well, now for Bon Jovi, this was Guns N' Roses I was talking about. Bon Jovi, they were pretty much they kind of like treated us like we never did anything before, which I guess I'd probably assume the same thing if you know, if I was in their shoes. But they kind of like treated us like we're like children and we've never done anything before. It's like, okay,
one floodlight.
They were like, you know, if you leave your dressing room, make sure you don't go over there, and you know, while the band is doing their sound check, don't go out and watch them, and don't do this and don't do that.
Make sure your crimping iron is unplugged in the dressing room.
Oh, well, it was, you know, as soon as you guys are done playing, make sure you guys clean out your dressing room and you know, load your gear out, and here's tickets so you can watch the show, but you're not allowed backstage, you know, anymore after you play.
Okay, that's a little like fucking really weird.
Yeah, it was really strict. Now with Guns N' Roses, they didn't tell us anything, and they paid us pretty well, and we had so much more freedom. And who the hell would have thought?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, Axl's a dick, you know. It was total opposite. But we did meet Bon Jovi, and he was super cool. I ain't saying anything, you know, bad about him at all. He was really nice. But the whole thing, like the way the management, you know, treated us was like, you know,
that seems backwards to me. I figured it would be the other way around.
I know, right? Yeah. You think Guns N' Roses would tell you, you know, you're not allowed to do this, do that, and Bon Jovi be the opposite. But you know, and it's not coming from directly the band. It's the management whoever, you know, runs that. But
somebody on a power trip.
The management, I mean, keeping things organized. And
I mean, the Bon Jovi thing was you know, you had to enter. It was a contest. So I mean, some of these bands are never played in front of maybe more than 25, 30 people at some bars. So they don't know how to act in like, you know, in like a professional setting. It's like, okay, you know, we've done this before. You know, I remember when Bon Jovi even said to us, he's like, so I guess this is the biggest venue you guys have played. And I told him, well, actually last summer we opened up for Guns N' Roses across the street at Lincoln Financial Field. He was like, oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Mr. Professional over there. Okay.
but again, it wasn't him. I mean, I should have said that to, you know, his handlers, you know, his management. You know, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Oh yeah, well, you know, we opened for Guns N' Roses at the football stadium, and we were allowed to do, you know, anything, pretty much. You know,
crazy.
We're not going to destroy the place. You know.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Don't bring anybody. You're not allowed to bring anybody back here. You're not allowed to, oh God, it was like you're not allowed to have any girlfriends or wives, and you know,
it's probably alcohol. All things they had problems with in the past, and it's like, you know,
probably.
no alcoholic beverages back here. It was just,
What?
it was just everything. Yeah.
Fuck.
Wow. So this brings us to our next question then. Who was the coolest celebrity you ever met? Let's start with Joe.
The coolest has to be Carlos Carvalho. We opened up for him back in the day, and he was super chill. Didn't want to stop talking. He was super cool.
Nice. Bert?
I'm gonna go with Gene Simmons. I met a couple that were really
yeah?
cool, but Gene was fucking super cool. Like I was there at a listening party during the Revenge. I guess you could say it was a Revenge. They were doing like a little club tour before the record came out. So it was a listening party for, I don't know if it was MMR or YSP. It was one of those stations, and it was, wasn't a lot of people there, more press than anything. And Gene was super cool. Like, it wasn't like, hey, this is Gene. Hi, how you doing? He would actually sit down and talk to you. He hung out for a while, came back to the conversation. So he didn't blow you off. It was like you were hanging out.
And then after that, it was just another night for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Dan, coolest celebrity?
Well, I met a few big musicians, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons and other
Bruce Kulick.
and I also Bruce Kulick. Yeah, I hung out with him.
I like
Yeah.
that story.
Yeah, but
There's a story? Can we talk about it or not?
I just don't think he really cared for me too much.
I gotta hear the story. Yeah, you gotta tell
I
it.
don't know. I never told this. I just think at the time we were both single and we were kind of both interested in the same girl. And
so one of those things. Okay.
yeah,
Really? And
Yeah.
Bruce?
Bruce.
And we went out to dinner together or something. Right?
Yeah. Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. He was very nice. He was very nice.
And Dan picked up the check.
The chick or the check? The chick or the check?
No, I insisted. He only had tea or something. I said, nope, I got it.
I insist.
That's what it was. We were both hanging out, interested in the same girl, and then
Good stuff.
I think he tried to tell me that he was with her, but I didn't pick that up. I didn't pick it up.
You weren't listening.
Later I realized. Well, she and I were together earlier in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have his I guess he had his radar for love on.
There you go. We had the necklace or something folded out, that symbol. I wanted to tell the story, but
That's good, Dan.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
Awesome stuff, man.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, edit her out.
Yeah.
trying to edit me
Edit
out.
her out.
Yep.
Yeah, edit Dan out.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ahmed, coolest celebrity ever met?
I'm gonna say Henry Winkler.
Nice.
Awesome.
He was really cool. Really, 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 really cool. I wasn't expecting to be as cool as he was. I met him at a Comic-Con, and everybody else had security, but he was doing his own security, and he was just hanging out and just talking.
He was doing the Fonz don't need security.
Yeah. He's a little guy too. I thought.
I know. Yeah, I don't think he's that big.
No, he's not. He's not.
So-
but he's mad cool, and he's kind of touchy feely.
Oh, yeah.
I know Bert's got a story about him tug.
Yeah, I've told him before. We went to a Comic-Con and he was like just loving my wife. Big hug.
I saw that
big,
picture. It looked like he was
Okay.
pushing you out almost.
Yeah,
Like,
we mentioned that before.
I don't know if
That's
I want you in this picture, Bert.
funny. Yeah.
But I mean, how
So what do you do with you, Ahmed?
Nah, he was just really cool. He was just nice, just hanging out and just shooting the shit and just chilling. He was cool. A lot of those people, they either sign and push or they're just don't really feel like being there. They have like this vibe, like they don't even feel like being there. But he wasn't like that at all. I felt like if he would have just talked to me all night if he could. And if there wasn't anybody else around and shit, but and he kept coming up to me throughout his line moving and shit. So
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Nice. Damo, coolest celebrity you ever met.
Actually looking at some pictures, just trying to like rekindle my memory.
I didn't count porn stars. Just to let you know, I left them out of the equation. I did leave them. I forgot about them. I left them out of the equation.
I think I might have to say probably CC DeVille. I think I met him at a bar in LA. Like when were the Eagles? When did the Eagles go to Super Bowl? Was that 3 years ago?
2017, something like
Yeah.
that, right?
It feels like a long time ago.
2018.
Yeah.
18. Yeah, I think it was. So yeah, I was working out. I was out in LA, Anaheim, really, for work for an AM show, and the Eagles had their championship game on, and we found an Eagles bar in Anaheim, and we went to this Eagles bar full of like, obviously Eagles fans, and we're like tucked away in a corner, literally like in a corner, because it was so packed. And there's this dude there, he's got his hair in a ponytail and a hat on and everything. And it was CC. I knew it was fucking CC. He had like this big beard going. So I said, "Yo, what's up, CC?" And he's looking at me. He was like, "Do we know each other?" I was like, "No, I'm just a fan. I'm here for the NAMM show." And I was like, "What are you here for, watch a game?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a huge Eagles fan. I'm here with my wife and and son." And then we just start talking about just about music and guitars and mutual people that we know and stuff. And yeah, it was just super cool. I mean, he doesn't drink. He's totally sober now, but he was just getting like a soda for him and his son, and like a drink for his wife or whatever. But I spent maybe like 10 minutes with the guy. Super nice.
Awesome.
Cool, man.
I ran into CC once. He was out for a jog before the Poison show, and I was trying to find out where everybody was hanging at the bar, like before the show, all my friends. And I heard Ricky Rocket was in there earlier. I'm like, "Oh, where's I'm walking up. Where's this place at?" And I see CC on like his jog, for the day. I'm like, "Hey, CC," and I wanted to ask him where this bar was, and he was just like, "Ah." I just like, "Get out of here," and then I just kept walking. I was on a mission anyway. But he didn't want to chat. He was just focused on his run.
Yeah.
Sign later. And then I did meet him another time, and he was really cool for Samantha 7, that band that he had.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah. So there you go. You never know what people will be like.
You never know what they. Yep.
Just don't fuck with CC on his jog, man.
He's all busy.
Yeah.
He's cool
Felix
otherwise.
girl.
Yeah.
I like that the guy don't drink no more. Danny asked him where the bar was.
Well, you know what? I think
Maybe that was it. That could have been
it.
Favorite video game at the moment, Joe?
Right now, I'm playing Cyberpunk.
How is that? Because I've been
was gonna
meaning to
ask
pick
about
that
that
up
too,
with
yeah.
all those crazy
With the
things
new
going
patch,
on.
it's definitely better. Still lacking in spots, but
Is it for the four? Which system?
What was that? Like,
Which system you playing it on?
Xbox.
Oh, okay. So did Xbox have problems with it, or was that just?
Yeah, way better than PlayStation, and I think the computer. We've been pretty good. It wasn't really that buggy, but it's still lacking a lot of story in it. So
yeah, I looked on there because I'm still on the PlayStation 4 at the moment, and I looked on there, and it's still like $60 they want for it. I'm like, look, after all that time, you got to cut that price at least in half.
Yeah,
definitely. And they had problems with it just with the latest patch. So,
Albert, latest video game you play?
Well, I would say I'm a fan of all the sports games, but I probably play Scrabble the most because I play Mike all the time, and I lose.
Yeah, let's not count that because
I lose
like a
85%
video
of the time.
game. That's not really a video game.
I lose all the time.
What?
Probably Madden. I'm waiting for the new WWE 2K22. I'm waiting for that to come out.
Yeah.
Sport games. I'm mostly sport. I try the other games, but I don't know. I just can't do it. I try. I just think get them.
I try to steer you through it. I'm like, walk forward and look forward. turn your head and like you're walking and looking up in the sky. I'm like, no, don't look up in this goddamn sky.
That's a train wreck. I tried to play the one game I'm sure Dane's going to mention, and it's a train wreck. It's awful for me. I just had no patience.
All right, Dan, last video game you played.
I'm not a big gamer, but I did buy my stepdaughter this Family Guy game for Xbox. We're huge Family Guy fans, her and I.
Okay.
I've had her watch it since she was 2. She's 12 now. So
Awesome.
that's what I was watching. You know, I'm not gonna put on some kid shit. I gotta.
Hell no. This is also why I don't have kids. But
No, but yeah, we're both big fans of that, and we were playing it like last year, but it got kind of hard. We couldn't get past a certain point, so I'd still like to go back and revisit it.
cool, man. Ahmed?
Mortal Kombat 3 for Sega Genesis.
Nice.
Wow. Not a gamer, you just retro.
Yeah, I'm retro, man.
Cool.
Awesome.
I still got my Genesis somewhere, man.
Yeah, it's right there on the floor.
I got that. I got the CD player. I don't even know if that works
Wow.
anymore. I have my Atari. I have my Pong system.
Oh, you have
which was my grandfather's. What's
the
it?
original
Oh, yeah.
Atari?
Original one, the 2600. I have the
Wow.
ColecoVision.
Wow.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, I love the
Coleco.
Coleco.
Mhm.
Damien, last game you played?
Well, it's the only game I play, and I've been playing it every day
Oh, I know what this is.
for 2 years straight. Literally, actually, this month is my 2-year anniversary of playing and discovering this game, which I play every day. It's called Dead by Daylight, and it's it's a horror survival game, and Michael Myers is in it, Freddy's in it, Pinhead is in it.
I think there's just about every horror character you can think of.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know, they had actually they're going to have the girl from The Ring that's going to be released. I think next week. She's going to be in it, but there's a lot of original characters like the Trapper, who's basically like the Wish version of Jason Voorhees, which I always play as, or you could play as a survivor. And I was playing it right before we did this. Every day as soon as I get home from work, I play Dead by Daylight for 2 hours.
Yeah, I tried to play that game, man. It's tough.
Oh, man.
I stink at it. I mean, it's totally up my alley for what it is. Same thing with Ahmed would love the concept of the game and how it looks and the characters.
Dude, it's awesome. Yeah.
But I get whacked in like fucking 3 seconds. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely it takes like you got to play for like 2 weeks straight before you like really know what the hell you're doing.
It looks. I was watching Bird play. It looked kind of frustrating. I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's fucking awesome. I mean, I remember like the first 2 or 3 months I was playing it, I was actually getting like a lot of jump scares. Like I was getting spooked out, man. I'm like, I'm playing, and you know, fucking Michael Myers is staring at me behind like a rock or something, or you know, somebody else Ghostface is in it. He like kind of like hides and jumps at you and stuff, and then chases you with a knife. And
dude,
it's like,
I'll be the first to admit, man. Some of these video games today, man, they'll scare the shit out of you.
They look great.
Oh yeah, man. You know,
like,
and
I'm not a
Donna's
jumper,
over there
man.
laughing at me, you know, while I'm like screaming, like all fucking freaked out, you know.
I could sit there, watch horror movies, and I'm not going to jump. Never. I play these video games, I'm jumping all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
It's for some reason it's different.
Yeah, Mike will be like, "Do you play the new Resident Evil?" He's like, "I won't play it past 10 o'clock at night."
Well, it's like the VR one, man. That shit, like, especially with that, that shit messes with you.
Yeah.
You can't keep that VR on too long.
Well, and when I play this game, I have all the lights got to be out.
Oh, you set yourself up. You set yourself up.
Yeah, well, it got to set the mood. You know, all the lights are out. Sometimes, you know, our laundry room is in the basement too. So Donna comes down to do the laundry. She turns the light on. I was like, "Don't turn the light on. Turn it off." Because it creates like this really bad glare in the TV. So
I just picture Damien going,
really see.
bright lights.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But I'm a total dork with this game.
If you could have gone back in time and see one band at their prime, who would it be?
I would say it had to be Sabbath.
Ooh.
Definitely Sabbath.
Nice pick, man. Albert?
I'm gonna have to go Kiss around the Live 2 era.
There's no question in that one.
I think there's gonna be a bunch of us saying that one.
Yeah. I think I might get the same answer from Dan. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so, right? Or earlier, maybe. But
Wow,
yeah.
I don't know too much about Dan, but just from the podcast he listens to, I can tell he's a huge Kiss fan. So
Yeah.
Ahmed?
Going 77, man. Alive 2 all day.
Damien?
Yeah, I would go. It would be Kiss, and I would like to see them in like the fall of like 1975, like towards the end of the year when they were touring on, on Alive. I would love to see them then.
The first record.
It's like
The
my
first
favorite.
Alive record. Yeah.
Yeah, the first three. Yeah, like Dress to Kill. Into Alive, like that area.
Yeah. I think
so everybody hates Kiss on this podcast, right?
yeah. I mean, it's like, well, Live 2, I can imagine being like, old enough to go, and imagine all the craziness at that. That must have been crazy. It must have been crazy.
You know what really bothers me about that whole thing now is they actually played Philly twice within a month on the Alive 2 tour.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Like December and January.
Yeah.
So they played and
They
came
were
back
here-
that quick?
Yeah, they were here like December the 20th, 22nd or something like that. And then they came back January 21st or something like that.
Is that 2 nights both times?
No, it was one night and then one night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's still crazy. Wow.
Cool. So let's move on to the next question. And then the last question, too. Jeez.
Thank God.
Thank fucking God.
Please tell me you're keeping it like this way. You're not going to be straight, uncensored.
What's that?
It's going to be uncensored.
I don't know.
I'll keep it as loose as possible. It's fun.
I will watch
Chop it
this
up big
all the
time.
time myself.
Oh, man. All right. Let's go to Joe. What is your favorite song on the up-and-coming Montecarlo Super Double Fine album?
I know, they're all so damn good. But 666,
Okay.
one of my favorites.
Albert?
I would say Animal probably is, I think, the best, in my opinion, as far as what I'm like, because it changes. What I'm liking right now, the new song 27, I like a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. Dan, what about you?
I like those answers too. Super Double Fine. It's like a good opener type, real in your face, heavy. I like that.
Cool. And I'm Mad. What about you, man? What's your favorite track?
Yeah, Animal and 27. Although Dame is full of shit, there is no alternate part.
What is,
I sent it to you tonight.
oh, yeah.
He's making up shit.
It's
I don't hear it, man. I don't hear
it. That's funny.
Damo, what's your favorite track?
Actually, you know what? Like, these guys haven't even heard like a few of these songs, I don't think, because we haven't play them yet.
I was pretending I,
So you have like
pretending I heard the whole thing.
Yeah, so
Exactly. Oh yeah, I know. It's this,
one of them I really like, and I didn't even have any part of writing it. Burton and a couple other guys wrote it, but it is Words, a song called Words.
Me and Donnie, right? Yeah, it's me and
which
Donnie.
I think is a really, really, really good song.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I think you guys will agree when you hear it. It's got almost has like like an Animal kind of feel to it, right? Sort of.
Yeah, it fits the record.
Sort of
Definitely
in
fits
that
the record.
vein,
It fits the record. Yeah, it's heavy but poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, there we have it. And this is Montecarlo. And where are you guys playing at again?
Bar 13.
Bar 13 next. When this
11th?
comes out, it'll be this Friday, March 11th. Bar 13 with Paralandra, and they do sell tickets. They're $13.50, I think. You can buy them at Bar 13 on their website or something, on the event page, and I think that's about it. We'll probably go on
Cool.
around 9 o'clock, I guess. I don't know.
All right, guys, we're Montecarlo. We'll see you March 11th at Bar 13 in Delaware. Get your tickets. Mixtapes, Tasty Cakes. See you next week.
See ya.
He did the